guys, this is Will from Will X Book Reviews, and today I'm doing a book review for The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I'm going to start by saying I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars, and I think it's the first video review I've done where I've actually given the book a perfect score. Because, I don't know, everything about this book was just so fantastic. I mean, I couldn't put it down. I read it in like a few days, and if I had more time to read, I probably would have finished it in one sitting, but I didn't, and I wish I did. But it doesn't matter because I'm definitely going to be reading this sometime again this year. This book is about a teen girl named Hazel who is diagnosed with cancer, and she's got a lot of problems. It's a very strong cancer, and she's basically on her deathbed when they find a miracle cure called Phalanxafor, which John Green mentions at the end it does not exist. And anyways, in the book, about 70 out of 100 patients it will have no effect on them, but Hazel is like the 1 in a million like cancer patient. It's a miracle drug that saves her life for a little while. Hazel goes to support group like once a week, and when she's there she meets this boy named Augustus Waters, and he's described as very good looking, very strong, very macho, but very handsome, and he also has a great sense of humor, and he just keeps staring at her because you find out later that Hazel reminds him of his ex-girlfriend. Augustus was at the support group because he had cancer, but he got rid of it, they cured it, and he has a prosthetic leg, which you find out, and he's still kind of living with cancer because his best friend Isaac has cancer. And Isaac is kind of a smaller character. You don't hear a lot about him, but he has cancer, and to get rid of it, he has to go blind. And that's about all you need to know about Isaac. And he plays an important emotional role for Hazel in this book near the end. Augustus and Hazel meet at the end of the support group, and then they go home and watch V for Vendetta because Augustus also says that Hazel looks like Natalie Portman, which is a pretty good description because I think a lot of readers know who she is. And there wasn't a lot of describing what Hazel looked like, but she's a college student that looks like Natalie Portman according to Augustus Waters. Ever so quickly, Augustus and Hazel start falling in love, and it is a very well-written story. Like, this is the first John Green book I've ever read, and trust me, I'm going to be reading all of his books now because I couldn't put this book down just because the writing was so enticing. And I feel like I built my vocabulary. I would agree to that because there's lots of words in here that I didn't know, but somehow they flowed well with what John Green was trying to say. And I really like that. Not the ending in particular, probably the 3 or 4 chapters before that, I cried. I mean, I'm a guy and I cried. And I don't cry easily, but I cried. It was really sad. I'm not going to tell you what happens. I don't want to spoil it, but maybe I'll make a discussion video after this just to talk more about this book, because there's not a lot I can say about it that won't spoil anything. This book is based around about like maybe 3 or 4 mini plots, about 3 or 4 different things that go around, but the major one that I think is when Hazel talks about this book, An Imperial Affliction by something, I don't know his name. He was one character, and she loves this book that this man has written, and he lives in Amsterdam because he fled the country for some reason. And so Augustus uses his Make-A-Wish on her so they can go to Amsterdam together. And I guess that's the major plot of the book. But the second plot of the book is what goes on between Hazel and Augustus, because that is like the point of the book, their relationship. The whole book, though, I just loved everything about this book, and I'm going to reread it. I guarantee it. Go buy this book. It was really short. It's about, I think it's like 313 pages or something. It was a quick read. John Green, there's so many quotes in this book. I quoted one on Facebook. It's like the most easily quotable book just because everything John Green says is perfect and totally relates to life. And I think that's why I love this book so much, is because even though I don't have cancer, the characters were relatable, and my grandma had cancer, and everything about cancer that I knew of was this book made like ring out. Everything about cancer was so perfect for this book. All the characters were perfect, and how they handled their situations was what really made the characters great for me, because Hazel had a different outlook, and Augustus, when they met each other, he gave her a different outlook on her life, which was very important, and which is something that she needed at the time. I kind of did things backwards. I said I was going to read Ruby Red first, but the library had The Fault in Our Stars come in first, and so I was like, well, I definitely have to read that first because it's here already and I need to get moving. But I'm going to hopefully finish this book this weekend. It's not too thick, but I'm going to read Ruby Red by Kristen Gear, and then you can refer to my last video for this validity, but I'm going to read The Host while I'm in Europe next week. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you subscribe if you like my videos, and for more book review videos, like this video, and just keep checking in, because I have more coming. I'm going to do one for Ruby Red and for The Host, and soon I'll probably be doing a discussion for The Fault in Our Stars, because there's so much to say about this book, and if you know what happens and you know what the book is about, that video will be just for you, because I'm going to go more in depth with the story. Subscribe.